The, the politics here almost made me move.
Oh my gosh. I don't
Wherever.
know. Yeah, it's changeable all the time, right? Um,
Exactly.
Mayor
Exactly.
Waterman's gone now, and um, I don't know, how is City Council now? I haven't been watching some of their, live streams as I
That's
used
a
to do.
that's a great question. And
Yeah,
you would think someone might have learned from the former administration.
you would think, you would
You
hope,
would think.
right?
You would
Good
hope.
hope.
You would pray. Okay. Can there be
Yeah.
anything worse?
I don't know. Maybe in different ways. Uh,
Great point. It's in different ways.
Totally.
And it's really unfortunate. I mean, they cleaned house, right, on the election.
yes.
So nobody's
Mhm.
got any experience.
Right, right.
Whoops.
That's good and bad,
Whoops.
right?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks they do.
Right, right. That's
So,
true.
so,
They think they're doing the right things, and it's
exactly.
gotta wait and see what happens.
So,
But
you recall our efforting on behalf of innovation districts and the Brookings Institute and that whole thing.
I do. I remember being there with Michael Stevens, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
We had breakfast across the street, and then
Yep.
we went over. And I know he spoke very well of all of your work. And yes, I do remember very well. Like, you
So
guys were holding the line.
so so now that is involved because there is a real innovation district down in Detroit, which is Bill Ford and what they're doing with the book depository and the Michigan Central Station. It's a real innovation district with
Yeah,
real innovators, and we've got an office there, and
nice.
that's where we're locating because we're very interested in the way in which innovation districts attract talent, or should, or could, and must, if they're going to be successful. Um, this one is obviously geared towards the automotive sector, but it's not only about the automotive. There's a lot of ways in which to interact with creativity and innovation and so forth and so on that is more generic. And we're still at our best at the education point of view. And you're probably familiar with the Michigan or the Moving Michigan Together,
Growing Michigan
Growing
together.
Michigan Together.
Oh yeah, growing Michigan together. Yeah.
So that's a reaction to what we've been advocating for 20 years, in my case, 30 years, in terms of education. And the whole thing is based on reinventing education, which we find really stellar. I mean, that's a real change in attitude about what is driving things in the state. And the governor's on record as having said, and if you read the document, it's the most important thing. Well, of course, it's the most important thing. It always has been the most important. It shouldn't be about taxpayers, though, in depopulation. It should be about we want to do the best we can on behalf of the children that we're growing. So we're really excited about that moment transcending right now and being the focus.
Hmm.
And we think it can drive a lot of opportunity because it's one thing to be talking about a budget of $50 billion yearly budget, and then talking about a $24 billion education budget and not having enough money to change the system. And here we come away from trillions of dollars being allocated and spent and somehow missed spending it on education. So
Right.
we have a mandate now that is very interesting. And I don't know whether, do you remember Jen Flood?
Yes, I do. Boy, that's a name from the past for
There
me.
you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Isn't it interesting? What do you think she does today?
I have no idea. Where did she end up?
Budget director for the state.
What?
Ding,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding. And here we are faced with now this mandate on growing Michigan together in education with no money. and really no ideas. I hate to say this, they have no ideas about what to do. You know, it's obvious that what we're doing is wrong. I mean, it's not even just bad, it's wrong. And it's because it's standardized testing. The standardized testing doesn't measure much, and 2 weeks later, you don't remember anything about it anyway. So although you pass the test, but even then, we only pass about 35% of our students, even though they're proctored for the test. I mean, it's an amazing fail. And what we're imagining is we think we can create value creation. Are you familiar with the concept of value creation?
Yes, yes, I am.
Great. There we go. We think if you do the right thing, as opposed to standardized testing, if you do engagement with students on behalf of their curiosity, which is the gateway to creativity and innovation and all those buzzwords, we're off to the races. And we know from our experience that genius is running around Pontiac and genius is running around Detroit undiscovered, because it's handed out to every child. It's not equally handed out, I might add, but it is handed out to everyone. And it's walking around undiscovered in both of those places. So we're really excited about that piece of Michigan growing together. I mean, I think it's about growing our own more than it is growing together, and more than it is about attracting outside talent. We got to grow our own talent. So that's in a nutshell the thing that we're most excited about in this moment, and getting those kids tied into those opportunities that they can participate in, because they have curiosity naturally occurring, they have intelligence, and they have enthusiasm. And when you marry all those things together, you've got a value creation opportunity. So we've been in touch with Jen to say we have some thoughts and we have some processes, and we recognize that it's a big lift, it's a heavy lift. No one's got a succinct answer, but we have one that we have time tested, and it works with young people. So we're going to see if we can move that agenda. But we're drifting here. I don't mean to get us off in the weeds. Okay.
Oh, you're okay. What's going on with you guys? I mean, you're fighting the fight, huh? So,
Jim, do you want me to share the screen?
Yeah, share the screen.
Can you see my screen, Michelle?
yeah, I can see it.
Great. Okay, I'm going to share. Okay, go ahead, Jim.
So this is kind of a visual representation of data. And, everybody's moving to how do I have a meeting? And I've got some paragraphs and some bullet points, and I've got tons of data I've got to deliver and information I've got to